guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about my tips on growing long, natural, healthy hair. I have been natural for, I want to say, going on 7 years. I transitioned. I didn't do the big chop. So I basically just grew my relaxer out and did styles to help manipulate my curls to be in this natural state. But yeah, I transitioned for a year or two, and then each session I'm clipping here until all my hair was natural. So again, I've been natural going on 7 years, and I will not trade it for anything. So today I am going to give you guys my tips on how to grow your hair long, natural, and healthy. I get so many questions on like, how did you get your hair so long? How did you get your hair so healthy? Honestly, it's been trial and error. I've always had a good grade of hair. And all hair is good hair to me if you take care of it. But I never really put a lot of interest in my hair, especially when it was in a relaxer. All I did was just wear it straight. But when I started transition is when I started playing with styles and learning my hair, not anybody else's hair, but my hair. So I got my notebook with my tips, and I'm gonna give you my tips on how to grow natural, healthy, long hair. So my first tip would be to leave your hair alone. And that entails leaving your hands out of your hair. That means pulling your hair so tight all the time. That means just sitting, flicking your hair, like keep your hands out of your hair. Don't touch it, leave it alone. My next tip is to keep your ends trimmed. Hair is hair. It'll grow back. So in my curly state, when I notice that my curl's not curling right at the end, I'll clip it. The chick that does my hair, when I get it straightened like once a year, she'll tell you that I don't mind clipping my ends. So when it's time for her to like straighten my hair, it's not a lot that she has to trim off because I've done it throughout the year. I'm not saying do it every 3 months, do it every 6 months, but just do it when you notice your ends aren't right, when you notice your ends are split or your curls aren't curling like they're supposed to be curling. But yeah, keep your ends trimmed, and that keeps them from splitting up, and that helps with keeping length, maintaining your length instead of it getting shorter each time you get your hair done. My next tip would be protective styles. I am all about protective styles. I've learned being natural to do my own hair. I do my own box braids. I do passion twist. I do goddess locks, all types of locks. I do ponytail styles, natural styles. I do everything myself. I taught myself how to do it. So just do some protective styles to protect your hair, and again, to keep your hands out of your head, like tuck it away. I normally do it, I would say, summertime, because you know your hair can get dry or just be exposed to more heat. So I like to tuck my hair away in the summertime, and then when the winter time comes is when I straighten it the one time, and then I'll let it be I'll let it be straight as long as it needs to be. Like now, this is like a month and a week straight, and my roots are so curly. It's like it's not even as long as it started off as, because my roots curled up. But next week I'm going back to my curly hair. This is the longest I've lasted with straightened hair in a long time. So a month, I think I did pretty good. But yes, protective styles, that could be wigs, locks again, twists, that box braids, even mini twists, twist outs, something to just help you keep your hands out of your hair. My next tip is figure out what works for your hair, what works for you. What may work for Michelle or what may work for Tammy may not work for you. I know we have like other YouTubers like, oh, I want my hair to look like theirs. But in all honesty, your hair type may not be their hair type. So I'm saying is figure out products that work for you. Figure out your routine that works for you. A lot of people use LOC method for their hair, liquid oil cream. I can't use that for my hair. I use liquid cream gel, meaning a leave-in a cream, which is a butter or anything like that, twisting, pudding, whatever. And then I follow it with gel with all my hairstyles with my natural hair. That works for me. If I do the other way, my hair is going to be way down and heavy because I have like a lighter texture. I can't use like really heavy things in my hair. And with me, like working in healthcare, I'm moving all the time. I automatically have an oily scalp, so I'm not adding oil to my hair because I naturally produce oil. So I'm not adding a lot of oil to my hair. But just find out what works for you. And to add to that, don't become a product junkie. All people that become natural want to become a product junkie. Every new product that comes out, they want to buy it. They want to try it again. That may not work for your hair. Gels may not work for your hair. You may have to use like a styler or just the cream. You just have to learn your texture and learn what works for you. So yeah, when I first started becoming natural, I was trying to buy everything, not knowing, and most of my products had coconut oil in it. And I come to find out my hair doesn't even like coconut oil. So again, find out what works for your hair. My next tip is to avoid heat. Avoid heat at all costs. Heat can cause damage, especially if you don't know what you're doing, if you have your styler set too high, if you're applying it every single day. That is very damaging to your curls, and eventually your hair will break off. And so avoid heat. If you have to use it, make sure it's on the right temperature. Make sure you use a heat protectant for your hair, and just try not to burn it. My next tip is to make sure you're deep conditioning or doing some type of mask or treatment to your hair once a week to keep that moisture locked in, keep your hair healthy. And I'm saying once a week, but sometimes I go like twice a week, depending on how my hair is doing. Most of the time I'm in a wash and go when it's in its curly state. So if my wash and go lasting 7 days, 14 days, I'm gonna let it run its course versus me, trying to do it all the time. I'm kind of a lazy natural, but I'm kind of not, because I like trying new styles. So with that, I mean, use your judgment, and if you create a routine, you know what works for you. Next is protecting your hair at night. That could be a satin scarf, that can be a satin bonnet, that could be a satin pillowcase, anything that protects your hair at night from breaking off, because cotton pillowcases can break off your hair. And you're moving all the time, so that can break off your hair. So always keep it protected. And ladies, here's another tip. Remember, your edges are important. With me saying that is, don't try to do styles that's pulling your hair so tight. God knows I love a sleek bun, a sleek ponytail, or a hot buff. But I also have learned to not have so much tension pulling on my edges, and that comes with like when you're wearing wigs. If you're not protecting your edges, that's pulling it off. And honey, baby, you can't be out here with long hair and no edges. It all works together. And my last tip is patience. Patience is key in anything in life, your relationships, anything. But natural hair, you definitely need patience, because you may think your style is gonna turn out a certain way, or you may think your hair gonna be dry in an hour, but in reality, most of the time it's not. So patience is key. Never compare your hair to somebody else's, because you may not have the same type hair as them. So with you going to get all their products and using on yourself, it's not gonna work. So never compare, because you don't know where they are in their journey. Their hair can look good in pictures, but in reality it's unhealthy. So just never compare. Love the hair that God's giving you, and just learn to embrace it day by day. So I hope you guys enjoy these tips. If you like more tips, or if you would like me to help you build a routine with your hair, just let me know. Leave it in a comment. And also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.